All right, to introduce the district governor, I will call to the podium our assistant district governor, Doug Torrance. He's been admonished.
Randy Davies has been a member of the Chillicothe First Capital Rotary Club since 2003. He was elected to the club's board of directors in 2004 and became club president in 2006, 2007, and again in 2008, 2009.
I missed a meeting.
He always says that. He missed a meeting, so he had to do it again. Becoming actively involved with the club from the beginning, Randy served on the club's major fundraising project, selling ice at the Easy Riders Motorcycle Rodeo, and became its co-chairperson. He also helped to establish a Chillicothe summer signature event, First Thursdays. With active members and a drive to serve its community, the club has grown from 18 members in the mid-2000s to nearly 50 members today. Randy served District 6690 as assistant governor from 2009 to 2012. He also serves as a school board member of the Ross Pike Educational Service District, a board member for the Child Protection Center of Ross County, and as a district captain for the Patriot Guard Riders of Ohio. Randy also assisted with the establishment of the Southern Ohio Crime Stoppers and served as a member of the advisory councils for the Ohio State University Extension Service and the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission. Randy is the president and CEO of the Chillicothe Ross Chamber of Commerce. Married to Christy, who unfortunately was not able to come today, she often accompanies him, who is also a member of the First Capital Club. Randy has 3 children and 3 grandchildren. Both Paul Harris Fellows, he and Christy love riding their motorcycle, traveling, and meeting new friends while serving as volunteers at many events. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce to you your district governor, Randy Davies.
The more I hear that, it's no wonder I'm so tired. I gotta slow down in my life. Christy does send her regards for not being able to come today. She just grabbed, we added a new table. Hi guys, it was very nice to see you. I was worried about everybody standing along the back row. She just graduated from nursing school earlier this spring, and then like 2 weeks ago decided she wanted to go back and get her next whatever degree that is. I don't know what that is. And so she started this week. And so this is my first week on the road alone, and so far I haven't been lost that much. And I've woken up okay, and I've been fed well. So if you see her reports, you know I'm doing okay. I haven't seen her since Sunday, which isn't a bad thing. Since she joined our club, and I don't know why it took so long for her to join my Rotary or our Rotary club, because she was always involved in everything, was always at all of the events. And I never asked her to be a member, somebody else did. I was an ignorant sponsor, and we never sit together at a club meeting. Never have we sat together at a club meeting. And so we started this journey together this year. Started traveling around on July the 8th. You're my 39th club visit since July the 8th. And I know, right? It's nuts. And she's been at every one. So we sat together at every meeting and actually stayed in a hotel room together at every event. So at our club last week, I was able to go to my club for the first time since the 1st of July. And out of habit, I walked over and I sat down next to her. Just over the last 2 months, is what I've been doing. So I sat down next to her, and she looks at me and hauls off, "What are you doing?" I thought got something wrong. She said, you're not supposed to sit next to me at our club. Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm already seated and I'm not moving. So last week was the first week I actually sat next to my wife at our club meeting, and I really threw her off. So I got to remember not to do that anymore. But she did want to be here. She called me on the way here this morning and just wanted to send her regrets again. This is my club's major fundraising week. The Easy Rider Motorcycle Review. Anybody ever heard of that group? What are you laughing about? The stories are not that true. They're not. Yeah, don't look at it. All right, it's something to behold. But that's our major fundraiser. We sell ice to about 25,000 people that ride their motorcycles into the fairgrounds in Ross County for a week. And so it started, actually they let them in yesterday. We started working on Saturday, and it ends on Labor Day. So I've been staying in a camper in the hog barn at the county fairgrounds since Saturday, and I took a pretty good shower this morning though, so hopefully we're okay. But that's where we'll be the rest of the week. So it's been actually fun trying to kind of getting away from that. It's the first year in 16 years I haven't been there the entire week, so I've missed a couple of great events. But I'm looking forward to going back. Any of you going? You're going, aren't you? You just not going to tell anybody, aren't you? Come to the table. I'll say bye, guys. I'll give you makeup. It's okay. You can come. This is, we're having a great time traveling around the district and seeing what great clubs we have and the great activities that our clubs are doing. It's been so good to have our assistant governors come to every meeting. Doug, thank you. You're a great assistant governor to our district. Thank you so much for all that you do. Doug and his club was honored this morning at the Tri-Village Club for their Polio Plus challenge and campaign, and it's a brand new award that the district just started this year. And it's the most giving, if I get this right, the club that has given the most to the End Polio Now campaign per capita per member in our district. So congratulations. It's also good to have Steve Sambo with me again today. Steve has been, this is my 39th visit, and he's been to over 30 of them so far traveling around the district. So Steve, thank you. Working hard, getting to know our clubs and our district a little better, and he will be a great district governor coming up in 2016-17, right? 20-some months away. He's counting months away, and I'm counting months down. We only got 10 to go. 10 to go. That's funny. You know, over the past couple of years, district governors have been coming to all of the club visits, and they talk about one thing usually, and somebody blurted out yesterday, membership. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. But one thing that they've really been talking about over the last couple of years is change, and asking clubs to change and do things differently, to try to get new members and to revitalize the clubs, rebuild the club's brand, and also our organization. Well, this year is no different. We're going to continue to talk about change and membership and foundation and some other things, but the more that we're going to talk about is on the district level. Because on the club level, we're seeing some exciting movement in membership and membership starting to grow in many of our clubs in District 6690 within our 59 clubs. Because you're being innovative by the way that you meet, the projects that you do, the service projects that you do, and the fundraising that you do. You're spending more time becoming engaged in your communities, which is what we've asked and what we wanted you to do. Our district, however, and our zone, and Rotary International, has not done a very good job of keeping up with you and our other clubs when we talk about change. So this is the year of change, of some of the changes that we're making on the district side. The first change that we're talking about is a new style for our district conference. And we just had a great district conference over at Cherry Valley Lodge over Newark just a few months ago in May. So it was hard to make the change to a fall conference 5 months later. So this year we are having a district conference, but we're calling it a retreat. So I left some information on everybody's table. I hope you take one and make plans to come to the Shawnee Lodge and Conference Center October 10th and 11th. That is Ohio State's second bye week. Thank you. And come on down and enjoy the district retreat. We're going to start late Friday afternoon with a lot of great speakers. We have 2 Rotary International directors that will be there speaking. We're going to have some leadership trainings, some motivational things, lots of free time for you to relax and get ready for the fourth quarter of the year, our second quarter in our Rotary year. We're going to be doing a service project with the Rotary Club of Shawnee State down in Portsmouth. There's a brewery tour. The Portsmouth Brewing Company is down there. There's also, has anybody been to Portsmouth and seen the murals along the flood wall? Absolutely beautiful. We've arranged a personal tour. There will be a guide at all of those murals to talk about those individual paintings. So it's going to be a really, really good time. A day and a half of packed with fun as the trees begin to change to the beauty of the fall. We're going to have a great time at the Shawnee Lodge and Conference Center. So please go to district6690.org and register. By Friday, because the price goes up, I think on Saturday. The lodge is newly renovated, brand new cabins. You're going to have a great time. So plan on coming down and having a wonderful time, October 10th and 11th. Our other addition and change this year is our continuation and work at the Membership Foundation Public Image Seminar. That's September 20th at Zane State College over in Zanesville. But this year we're adding a little bit more as we transition into the 5 Avenues of Service Seminar next year. And our youth services folks will be there this year and have a nice presence. And Ro, thank you for all you do on our district side along with your club side. And we have a great, great youth services team in our district. I would put them up against anybody around the world. You guys do a fantastic job. I was the night supervisor for RILA for the first 2 years that they had it down at OU, and it was during Brew Week. And so I was a little concerned, with the kids, 90 kids down there at OU during Brew Week. We didn't have a bit of problem with the kids, but the facilitators, I couldn't keep track of any of them. So I didn't do that this year, and I'm not going to do it again next year. I'll help with facilitating so I can enjoy what they're enjoying too. But it's a good time. Thank you for all that you're doing. What we're trying to do, and what you're going to start seeing, is us on the district zone and the Rotary International side being a little more innovative in the information that we're sharing. We're putting a lot of information on our website, district6690.org, and ask that you also participate by putting your club activities, your service projects, your fundraisers on our district calendar so that other clubs around the area can see what you're doing, and they can come over and help participate, and also you then likewise go over and help with the other clubs. Rotary.org has made some great changes to their website over the past year. Great information under the My Rotary section of Rotary.org. Please go in and check that out. And then we're working hard with our other districts in our zone. We work with zones 30 and 31. We call ourselves the Heart of America. There's 26 of us. And this year we would like to work with you to share your great successes and the many projects that you're doing all over the area. And we're certainly amazed and grateful with even stretching into Perry County and sharing the dictionaries down into those areas. That's a great thing. Thank you for that. We want to share those stories with pictures and dots and words on Facebook. So we created a Facebook page at Rotary 1K/1M. And this year we're trying to reach 1,000 communities and 1 million lives just within our 26 districts. And I know we can do that because you're already reaching out into many, many communities other than just Dublin, Worthington. And so let's keep track of those lives that we're touching this year and then share those with those others on Facebook at Rotary 1K/1M. And then around the world, we're working with 536 other Rotary districts, kind of focus in on some key areas of concentration. And the first one of those, of course, is membership. As I mentioned, we're starting to see finally the uptick in membership here in our district. But around the world, we've kind of been stuck at 1.2 million members for a long time. We gain about 100,000 every year, but we lose about 100,000 every year for a number of reasons. Snowbirds going to Florida and Arizona, and they don't come back. Other things that happen, death. There's just many things. So we've kind of been stuck at 1.2. This year we've been challenged as district governors and stressing the challenge onto our Rotary clubs that we want to and need to get the 1.3 million member mark and stay there and to start going over, not to dip beneath that anymore. So that's a big challenge. How do we do that this year and retain those members? Well, first we got to get those members in. So let's talk about it a little bit. We're going to do it around the world as we're doing it here in our district and have for a number of years with our district membership plan that was introduced by past district governor Brett Rosenthal by treating our members as their customers, just like we do in our business world. We do that in the Rotary world as well, and it works. It just works. And many other districts around the world are starting to adopt that plan. So to get to 1.3 million, we need about 210 new members per district. Now again, I'm in the Chamber of Commerce world, I'm not an accountant, so don't hold these numbers to me too much. Anybody accountants in here? I can use some help. About 210 members per district, not too bad. Well, let's break it down to our district, 6690. That's about 4 new members per club. Now that's not bad. We can do that. I know you can reach at least 4 new members per Rotary Club. New Albany last year got 20 new members in 1 year. So I know Dublin Worthy can work hard to get at least 4 new members. And we can reach that 210 number and finally reach the 1.3 million number around the world. I know you can. And we're going to work hard to help you do that. Some other things that we're working on and to help you increase that is to invite your family and friends to your projects. Before you invite them to lunch here on Wednesday, what a great place that you guys meet, but get them engaged in what you do and the activities that you do, and then invite them in. Our secondary concentration this year is public image. We need to tell our story, not just our Rotary story, but who we are and what we're all about. We're not a secret organization. We have never been a secret organization. We've just done a lousy job at telling people who we are. How many of you have been asked, what is Rotary? And you kind of get that gut feeling like, oh, I got to explain what Rotary is. It happens to me. You know, they always say you need your 30-second elevator speech and be able to rattle it off, but it's hard. It's hard to do that. It's hard to start that conversation to explain really what you do. We just met an hour with your board to talk about your club. So to get something out in 30 seconds and to tell people what Rotary is tough. So we found a great way to do it. How many of you are on Facebook? Be honest, truth now. A lot of you, good for you. That's great. My wife and I started sharing pictures on Facebook with everything that we do. I mean, everything. We go to dinner and she takes a picture of the drink that she's having. It's, you know, I don't know why she does that, she does it. But we share pictures on Facebook, and sometimes we'll explain what we're doing and where we are, what our activities are going on. Because eventually somebody's going to ask us about that. Well, what are you doing in the park painting pictures or painting benches that Saturday morning, when it was raining so hard? It starts that conversation. It's very easy then to start the conversation to say, well, I'm working with the Rotary Club and here's what we do. Great way to do that. What's it called when you take a picture of yourself?
Selfie.
All right, what's our motto in Rotary? Service above self. So this year in Rotary, at least in this district, we're taking service above selfies, right? Smile. Oh wait, we gotta hit this button. All right, there we go. All right, everybody smile. All right, we'll post that here in just a little bit. Take pictures of yourself doing things. When you're out in the community, I don't care if you're selling Pepsi at the football game, or if you're a Coke school, if you're selling Coke at the football game. Take pictures of yourself doing that. And somebody's going to ask you, what were you doing the other night? It's going to give you the opportunity to be able to share what you do, your service outside of coming to this wonderful place on Wednesday afternoon I can't keep track of days. Come to this place on Wednesday afternoon to have a Rotary meeting. Start those conversations by sharing your service above selfies. And hashtag or hash brown or whatever it's called. Do that service above selfies on Facebook. You know, we all have Rotary moments. That gives you a great way to start your Rotary moment. District Governor Bart talked about that last year, his Rotary moment, how we need to share that. We need to do that. We need to continue to share our Rotary moments. You know, many of us remember when we were invited to the club and we stood up here and we were inducted as a new member. And we got our lapel pin and we forgot what jacket it's on and never wore it again. We remember, those days that we were here. Remember your sponsor and everything that happened. But what's important in the moments that we need to share are those special times. Like for me, when we shopped quickly and wasn't paying a lot of attention to get the gifts for the special needs class at Christmas time. And we went to the classroom and was able to watch the kids open their gifts. And I watched the little girl open the gift that I bought, and she ripped everything open and kind of pushed aside the video games and the books and everything that I got. And she was holding on to her coat. And she held it up and was looking at it and tried it on. She hugged it. And then I found out later that was her first coat, her own coat. It wasn't a hand-me-down from a brother or sister or cousin she'd never met before. It was her code. Much like probably the dictionaries that you're handing out in Somerset and Junction City and New Lexington. It may be their first book in the 3rd grade. It could be their very first book. And when you're able to see those kids and their eyes start to light up, it kind of moves you from being a member of a Rotary Club to being a true Rotarian. You really then get the heart of a soul. You become Rotary proud, and you want to do more. And that's what we do. That's what we all do. We do. We do because it's what we do. And it's a great way to start sharing those moments. We need to tell our story. We have to continue to tell our Rotary story. One of the greatest stories that we need to share is a story that started back in 1979, when a small group of Rotarians joined a few other world agencies, and they went to a small village in the Philippines. And they gathered the children of the village together, and they started putting those 2 life-saving drops into the mouths of those kids. And we then started to see the faces and the eyes of the moms and dads start to light up, because we knew, and they knew, that those kids would not be paralyzed. They would not have to be aided by the use of braces or crutches. We started the eradication of polio. And in 1985, we made the promise as an organization to the world that Rotary would help end and eradicate polio off the face of the earth. It's a story we need to start telling again and to start talking about again. We're seeing on Facebook this week, and I know many of you have done the ALS Bucket Challenge, right? How many of you have done that already this week? Lancaster and Lancaster Sherman called me, bro, when I was sitting in the parking lot asking me to come over to their club on Friday night to join with their 2 clubs. They're going to do it as 2 clubs together in the entire city at the town square Friday night at 5 o'clock. Thankfully, I was busy. But we all know now about that disease. We all know about the Bucket Challenge. We're all talking about it and challenging other people to do the Bucket Challenge for ALS. It's all over the news. When's the last time you had a dinner conversation or sitting around coffee to talk about polio? We don't talk about polio. We haven't had a new case of polio in this country since 1979. But we made the promise in 1985 to rid the world of it. And we're working hard to do that. So we need to start telling that story back here in the United States again. Because really, we're only a plane ride away from things starting all over again. We're working hard in 3 countries. When I mention them, you'll know the difficulties of why. Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Nigeria. Just 2 weeks ago, it was announced that we had to re-inoculate all of the kids in Iraq all over again. 4.6 million children have to be re-inoculated for polio all over again. Why? Because of the issues that are happening in Iraq. Those people are fleeing the country. And where are they going? Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nigeria. So we have to start all over again. We've got to complete the job, and we're going to do that. We made the promise in 85. We're going to keep our promise. And our hope is that we finish the job by the end of 2015. So we have a long way to go, a lot of work to do, but we're very, very close to getting it done. Then we'll have no new cases of polio for 3 years, and in 2018 we will have a huge celebration that Rotary and you helped participate in ridding the world from only the 2nd disease off the face of the earth. Looking forward to that celebration. It's going to be a great day. You are helping to save more than 2 billion, I'm going to start, Rob, I'm crying before you are. You are helping to save more than 2 billion children in more than 122 countries. 10 million cases of polio have been prevented since we've made this promise. More than 1.5 million deaths have been prevented since we made this promise. We're going to finish our journey. We will wipe polio off the face of the earth. Our End Polio Now campaign is making it happen. Your donations to that organization is making it happen. Thank you so much. You know, funding for our organization is also important. You guys have a very strong foundation. Rotary has a very strong foundation. It's difficult, I know, to give to both, but we need to give to both. That's how we fund clubs to do the great projects that they do, not only in our district, but around the world. As every dollar is given to the Rotary Foundation, that dollar is invested for 3 years and then split in half. And we get half of it back for our district, the other half goes somewhere around the world to do good somewhere else in somebody else's hometown. So every dollar is spent for good. We are changing lives in our hometown and lives around the world. That's what Rotary is. We're changing lives in our hometown and hometowns around the world. So continue to give to your foundation and to the Rotary Foundation, becoming a Paul Harris Fellow and continuing the legacy that he set when he did the first project for Rotary, building a public toilet on the streets of Chicago. It cost less than $30. But we're still working on clean water initiatives and sanitation issues today. We're still doing those projects today. So continue that legacy by helping us out. Being an every Rotarian, every year giver. It's just not a slogan, it's what we do, and it's how we make a difference worldwide. Your dollars do count. You're helping to save mothers to have healthy lives and to help prevent the more than 2.6 million babies who are stillborn every year. More than 700,000 children who die every year from diarrhea. That's 2,000 a day. We're starting to help those kids have a better, healthier life. So please continue your support to both organizations. You know, we're making a difference around the world, here in our hometown and hometowns around the world, because we are different. Every one of us is different. Every Rotary Club that I visited this year is different. It makes us unique. We have unique points of view. It gives us a way to look at new challenges and find new solutions. We see things differently. We're able to use our expertise in social issues and find new ways to solve them. We act responsibly, living by a four-way test, and have high ethical standards. We make a difference because we are different, and we have stories to tell. We're unique, and we need to share those stories. Our international president this year, Gary C.K. Wong of Taiwan, said it best when he related the Rotary Way to the teachings of the Chinese philosopher Confucius. He said, "It is better to light a single candle than to sit and curse the darkness." Thanks for bringing your candle this morning and lighting it during our board meeting. Gary told us, there's a lot of truth to that too when you think about it. There really is. It's better to light a single candle than to sit and curse the darkness. He also told us at our International Assembly in January that there's so many problems in the world, so many people that just continue to sit in the darkness. They don't light their candle. They don't look for other lights. They just sit and curse the darkness, not knowing what to do. That's where we come in. That's where our jobs are important. That's why we need to make a difference in our hometowns and hometowns around the world. We were encouraged last year by Pastor Governor Bart and Rotary International President Ron Burton to engage Rotary and change lives. And as we were becoming more engaged Rotarians, many of the lives that were being changed were not those that we were seeking to help or assist, but it was our very own lives. So very own. Because we were becoming more engaged. We were getting that heart of a servant. We were becoming more Rotary proud. And that's what we need to do this year. So that's why we have a great theme this year. I love this theme. People in Colorado really like this theme. But I really love this theme. You'll get it in a minute. I got it. I need to take Douglas over. This is a great theme to use. Use it this year. Sparklers, glow bracelets, the Chinese lanterns that you can light up, and use this theme this year. It's a great way to share the Rotary story and to help light up the Rotary here in Dublin and Worthington and around the world. You're just now starting to take that seriously? Really? Or you have to explain that? Wow, okay, that's awesome. Well, this year I'm going to continue to take my candle of service and fellowship. And I know you're going to light your candle of service and fellowship. And so will our 1.3 million Rotarians around the world. We're going to make a difference in our giving and in our service. We're going to start lighting up Rotary together. That's our passion this year. To assume leadership, build stronger, more engaged Rotary clubs, continue to give to your foundation and to the Rotary Foundation, become a sustaining member of the Paul Harris Society, and make a difference with what we give. And then we'll continue the work of the End Polio Now campaign and wipe that disease off the face of the earth, because we really are this close to getting it done. I really look forward to serving you for the remaining part of my term this year, having so much fun meeting all of the clubs and seeing all of the great work that you're doing, changing lives in your hometown, making your communities a better place to be. Before I leave, I want to share a poem with you that President Gary shared with us. It's a great poem. It really explains what we do, who we are, and why we make a difference with what we do. This poem is from an unknown author, and it's entitled The Power of One. One song can spark a moment. One flower can wake the dream. One tree can start a forest, and one bird can herald spring. One smile begins a friendship, and one hand clasp lifts a soul. One star can guide a ship at sea, and one word can frame the goal. One vote can change a nation, and one sunbeam light a room. One candle wipes out darkness, and one laugh can conquer gloom. One step must start each journey, and one word must start each prayer. One hope will raise our spirits, and one touch can show you care. One voice can speak with wisdom, and one heart can know what's true. One life can make a difference. You see, that is up to you. So be the difference in your Rotary Club. Be the difference in your hometown, and let's make a difference around the world as we light up Rotary together. Thank you all so much.
Randy, are you willing to entertain a question or two?
Absolutely, let's do it. Did I get you out in there early?
Yeah.
Sweet.
We're doing fine. Shirley.
Randy, how much do you make on that selling of ice?
On our ice selling?
Yeah.
Well, it's changed because Coleman has made better coolers over the years, and people are driving fancier motorhomes into the event, so we don't make as much as we used to. We used to make about $40,000 and clear about $23,000. We're down to about $11,000 now, which is why we started our other event, First Thursdays, in downtown Chillicothe. The first Thursday of the month, we do Pizza Fest, Wing Fest in July, and then Taste of Chillicothe in August. And we're almost making as much there as we are at the rodeo now. Last month we sold, we're a drinking club with a community problem. Last month we sold 38 cases of beer in 3 hours. So it's a lot of drinkers in Southern Ohio. You're welcome to come down. So yeah, welcome to come down. But yeah, it's a great fundraiser.
All right. One more question.
Anybody else?
All right.
These are easy.
Okay,
Thank you
well,
so
let
much.
us, hold on just a minute, Randy. Randy, as you heard before the meeting, when the committee chairs and board met with you, that we donate a book in the speaker's honor every week to one of the schools. Early Tutor will be doing that for you.
Awesome. Thanks.
So thank you.
Thank you.